I'm Trisha Nelson, and behind me is my trusty friend Hunter. He and his sister Brandy decided to have a dog fight, so he's in here with me. Now I know I said that I wasn't going to do videos like this, and I'm not overly comfortable doing them, but in light of supposedly finding Brian Laundrie's remains, I kind of feel like I have to do a follow-up on things, my thoughts, and see what you all think too. I don't feel comfortable that it's necessarily him. I don't feel that, I don't like the way the DNA is done. They did it, well, the recognition, they did dental records. There is a way to do DNA with your dental, with your, take some, I forget what it's called, but they can take your DNA from your dental work or from your teeth, and they can find your DNA. They can compare your DNA, and I would feel a lot better if they would do it that way, just to assure me that, you know, that it's definitely him. But I don't think they're going to spend all that money just to appease me. Although, wouldn't that be nice if people did stuff for you to appease you? Spend all that money. That'd be really cool. I did have some questions. I was curious. What did he spend that $1,000 on? That was on her debit card or her credit card. So I did try to find that out. And basically they said that he had used it to get home, gas, snacks, drinks, whatever, things like that, just to get home. Which, I kind of can't fault the guy for that. I mean, he wanted to go home. He needed gas. I mean, I kind of get it. I don't like it. Doesn't mean I like it, but I understand it. I don't feel like it's him. I feel like when he and his family took their little camping trip, which is, I think it said, let me take a quick look here. It was 63.9 miles away from where they found him. I don't really feel like it would be that hard to maybe drive there for a day, set some things up, although the swamp, we'll call it a swampland, at the Carlton Reserve, they say is snake and crocodile filled. So I think that's a pretty big chance to take to kind of fake your death. But I mean, if you're trying to run, you're trying to run, and you know, maybe it's a big chance to take. I don't know. I guess what didn't make a lot of sense to me either. I've read it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, and I still don't understand it. I guess they were watching, the FBI was watching the house very closely. Brian left with his Mustang on the, what day? 14th, I think it was. On the 14th. And then his mother went to go, I guess it was ticketed, but he parked it like 17 miles away from the Carlton Reserve. And so there was they called it a ticket quote, which I think around here they would call it like a sticker, like move your car or we're going to tow it. There was a sticker quote on it, and so she drove there and she picked it up and brought it home, and they thought she was him because she wore a baseball cap. Now, my son and I, other than the color of his eyes, we look quite a bit alike. I don't think anyone would ever mistake us for each other, though. I don't think if I put on a baseball cap, they'd be, yo, Christian. I think they'd know the difference. For one thing, I have the girls. For another thing, I walk with a feminine walk. I'm not bald. There were just things that I feel like they just weren't on the ball. They wasted a lot of time, a lot of resources. They just spent so much ridiculousness on this situation. Oh, well, yeah, there he is over there with the baseball cap and breasts. I feel like they're kind of half-egging their job, and that maybe they thought, well, he's too afraid to leave, or maybe they thought he didn't do it. I don't know. But to just watch the car, watch it leave, not follow it, which I think was another problem. Why didn't you follow it if you thought it was him? And then now to say we found his remains, we found some items that belonged to him, and I don't know that much about swamps, so if maybe y'all that do know about swamps could maybe educate me, like, why were his items, his body and his items so close to each other? Like, wouldn't they kind of float away from each other, like not be so close together? And why would they close the reserve? I understand that it was flooded, so they closed it, then they reopened it, and the day they reopened it, suddenly, miraculously, his daddy finds him. His mommy finds things. They're not wearing any kind of gloves. There's nothing like police-like about it, in my opinion. Like, aren't you supposed to like pick things up with gloves and put them in the bags and mark what's on the bag? I don't know. I'm not a police officer either. Although I've dated quite a few. I just feel like the whole thing was not handled properly. I almost feel like they're on his side, which is insane. Okay, yeah, I really do believe that he probably killed Gabby, but he's not here to defend himself, so I can't really say for sure that he did. It's not fair of me to say he did. I believe he did, but it's not fair of me to say so. I'm not going to say for sure he did it. I think he did. I think he was a coward. I think he was an angry person who took it out on her. I think that by running, he made himself certainly look a lot more guilty. I think by being in the situation that he is in now, he looks even more guilty. If in fact that is him. I'm still not completely convinced that's him. A lot of people take bribes in politics. Wouldn't be the first. They said they found bones, which, okay, they're bones. They could be anybody's bones. They're saying they're checking the DNA. Okay, people have lied before. I've never been one of those like conspiracy theory people, and I've never been like that. But in this case, something just feels wrong to me. Am I the only one? I mean, do you guys feel like that too, or am I just being a little bit like, maybe the mother in me is feeling a little bit more protective, maybe protective of Gabby, or more angry with him because, I mean, he just showed up alone. It had absolutely no explanation for it. I don't know, like, I mean, he could have made something up, like, he didn't have to just, like, come home and pretend like she had never been with him. I think maybe that's what's maybe upsetting me so much, is just, like, he just showed back up like, Gabby who? I mean, that's almost what he made me feel like he was saying. And that really irritates me, that he just acted like she was never even there. Like she was a non-person, and that really irks me. Now, I did have a number before that I wanted to share with you. If I can quickly find it. If I can't, I will add it on later. There's a place called Turning Point, and if you are a victim of DV and you're ready to go, or maybe you just need a little bit of encouragement to leave, these people will absolutely help you, and I'm going to get back to you on that. They will absolutely help you. They will do anything for you. They are in my state, which is Michigan, but what they will do is they will help in any state. So even though it's in Michigan, you can give them a call. They'll help you find a place that will help you in your area. They will get in touch, help you get in touch with places, that'll help you, just encourage you, help you to make a plan to get out. They will help you out with any area that you're in, as I said before. And that number is 586-463-6990, and I will put that down in my description. I really do want to help you if you're in that situation. I have been in that situation. It's a very upsetting situation, a very frightening situation. It's hard to get out. You make excuses for them. You believe they love you. Oh, well, the worse he says, the more he loves me. It's not true. People who love you are kind to you. People who love you go out of their way to help you with things, go out of their way to show you how much they love you. Like my little puppy back here. He would do anything for me. That dog, I haven't met a man yet that would do anything for me, but my dog would. My dog would protect me, he would save me, he would eat me out of house and home. My children love me. They would do anything for me. And they have. I have had some times where I'm just crying my eyes out, and those kids make me feel like I am the greatest mom on the planet. And I know I'm not. Sometimes I feel really like a real screw up. But they make me feel like I'm not. That's love. And I want everybody to feel loved. I don't want you to feel taken advantage of or hurt. Or I don't want you to be physically hurt. I don't want you to be emotionally hurt. I don't want people to make you feel like it's okay to call you names, because it's not. Names like Pookie Bear are nice. Other names aren't so nice. You know, I want you to seek help before you get to this place. This place where Gabby Patino and Brian Laundrie got to. Or even Shanann Watts. You know, people talk about what a sweet man he was. That he was quiet. But that he was, you know, a good dad and a good husband. But I don't think that she ever pictured that this would be the man that would take her and her babies. I mean, as a matter of fact, I had heard that there were no defense wounds, because I really think that she thought that he was going to let her go. I think she thought, well, he's mad at me, he'll get over it. But he didn't. He killed her, and he killed her babies. And I don't want that for any of you. I want you all to live happy, beautiful, wonderful lives. My life isn't perfect. I'm not happy every day. It would be nice to have someone in my life that adored me completely. But that's not going to happen, and that's okay. I have kids that love me. I have bonus kids. I have lots of dogs. I have a cat that thinks she's a dog. I have friends. Well, I have a couple of friends. Not a lot, but that's on me, because I'm not the most trusting person. But we'll all get there if we protect each other, and we look out for each other. And if you see someone in trouble, don't be afraid to help them. Even if all you do is call 911. If you hear your neighbors and you hear she's getting thrown into the wall, or even him, if you hear him getting punched, call 911. Don't be afraid. Just please help each other. Don't keep letting it happen. Be careful who you let into your life, especially if you have kids. Kids are very vulnerable, and they don't make the choices that their mommies and daddies do. They just have to go along for the ride. I was always very careful about, you know, who I put in my kids' lives. These people that mistreated me, they were wonderful to my children. And one time, my daughter told me, you know, you always tell us that this is a package deal, but doesn't that package include you? God, my daughter's so brilliant. But I want to end this on a little bit sillier, lighter note. I don't want to leave us all down and crazy and feeling sad. But I got to thinking today, I was watching some Rob Zombie movies, you know, Halloween's coming up and everything, and I was thinking, like, does he have nightmares, or does he dream about, like, rainbows and unicorns? And I mean, how could the guy have nightmares? He writes them. How does he even have a nightmare? So he must have nice, happy unicorn rainbow dreams. That's all I was thinking about today. Silly way to think about, I know. But he cannot possibly dream anything worse than he writes. Impossible. That guy must sleep like a baby and dream about clouds and babies on clouds and rainbows. And anyway, Rob Zombie, if you're listening, you better tell me what you dream about. Everybody have a great Halloween and have a great weekend. I love you all. please talk to me. Tell me in your comments what you'd like to hear. And my next video is going to be a nice, inexpensive meal for a family of, how many people do I have living here now? I don't know, a couple. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Never thought that we'd go this far. Never thought that we'd go this far. Never thought that we'd go this far.